Hey guys, it's the Man Shark here, and today I'm going to give you a deck tech of my mono red Blitz deck, or Red Deck Wins, but I call it a different name because it's the fastest possible deck you can build in Standard. So, let's just jump right into it. I sorted these cards by importance in terms of which cards you want to play first normally. So we'll start off with 4 Chrome Crusaders. He's great, especially if you start off with Titan's Strength. Otherwise, he's not that great. But a turn 1 him, turn 2 Titan's Strength is pretty sick, and the tokens do get haste. Then we have 4 Foundry Street Denizens. He's pretty good because if you get him really early, that's 3 or 4 points of damage from him. Then a card that people really don't like, but I don't see what's wrong with him, is 4 Fire Giant Crusaders. The pump ability isn't too relevant, but sometimes you do have some extra mana. Besides that, a 1 mana 2/1, you don't really care about your life total. You really need stuff like that in this deck. And then 4 Rakdos Cacklers. Just as good as Fire Drinker, because you never really want to block with Fire Drinker, and you're always unleashing him. And then a card which has been overlooked until Rise of Mono Blue Devotion is 3 Legion Loyalists. He Battalion, he gives Trample and First Strike, which is good, and then which is sometimes relevant, he makes it so tokens can't block your creatures. Which is really good against Master of Waves, Advent of the Worm tokens, so he's pretty sick. And then 4 Fire Fist Strikers. To get around your opponent's blockers, he's really good. You absolutely need him to win. And then 4 Ash Zealots, which aren't as good as they used to be because Flashback isn't a thing anymore, but at the same time, it's still 2 mana 2/2 First Strike Haste. So that's it for the creatures. In terms of playing out your creatures, you do have a problem against Supreme Verdict, so that's why this is really a meta call. If you have a lot of control, I don't recommend playing this deck. And to non-creatures, as mentioned previously, Titan Strength. It's 3 damage, basically. Scries you 1, it could keep a creature alive, and keeping your creatures alive is very important sometimes because you have Fire Fist Strikers and Legion Loyalist Battalion, which you really have to keep up. 4 Shocks. These can be sideboarded out for, say, Magma Jet, but Shocks are really good in an aggressive meta, which, at least back where I played, is an aggressive meta, but now that I'm back home, I'll have to find out. 4 Lightning Strikes. The problem with playing this deck is all your creatures are 1 and 2 power, and the magic number stop you is 3, so you really need Lightning Strikes, especially against cards like Nightbell Specters. And then 4 Madcap Skills. They're the best card in the deck. They're amazing because everyone's playing big creatures, you know, Desecration Demons and Blood Barons, and if you're throwing a Madcap Skills on your guy, it doesn't matter how big their creature is, because they can't block it. And then just 18 Mountains. You can play such a low land count because all your cards cost 1 and 2 mana. Finally, we'll go onto the sideboard, and then I'll just talk about the deck in general a little bit. So against like the mono black devotion decks, anything playing big creatures like Blood Baron and Demons, Active Treasons, pretty nice. They finish out the game. And also those Hydra decks, they're playing the Colonian Hydras and the Mistcutter Hydras. It's pretty sick to just get them on that. 2 Mizium Mortars for the matches where lightning strikes just aren't good enough. Then 1 Pithing Needle, which going actually against quite a few decks, especially blue-white control, because Elspeth is their only win condition. They could still Detention Spirit, which sucks, but it's something, I guess. 2 Boros Reckoners, that's for the extremely fast aggro mirror, especially against just another red deck, because if you reason why Fire Drinker isn't that great is if he could basically shoot Fire Drinker and deal the damage to an opponent, so it's like a free shot. So in the mirror, it's really good. And then 3 Magma Jets. Those come in matchups where they're not playing a ton of 1 and 2 power guys, and you just board out the shocks, and sometimes Magma Jet comes in. Another Legion Loyalist against Token decks and Mono Blue Devotion. 3 Peak Eruptions for the mirror match, and any deck that plays Chain to Rocks, and it's 3 damage. And finally 1 Burning Earth, which is against Naya and a bunch of other 3-color temple decks, which I'm considering actually bumping up because they're becoming a little bit more popular in my local meta lately. So overall, this deck is extremely low cost. I mean, if you look at it price-wise, Loyalists are $2. These guys are $1 or $2. Besides that, this deck costs nothing. The Boros Reckoners in the sideboard, you don't even need it because in the mirror match, this is such a fast deck that you're going to be running into the mirror match as in just red deck wins, but you're going to be 2 or 3 turns faster, so you can just go about being faster. It's a fun deck to play. I recommend, though, if your meta is full of control, do not play it, because Supreme Verdict being a 4-drop and you dumping out your entire hand into your board state is really annoying, and you kind of need to do that to win. So, anyways, good luck. Let me know if you play this deck, what you feel about it. Thank you for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe, view my other videos, and have a good day, I guess.